This is Chris Leomporra from TalkSportsPhilly.com, and we're here filming the Eagles game today with the Eagles versus Chiefs with Andy Reid's and Donovan McNabb's return to town. We're going to be going around and interviewing people and see what their opinion of it is, and we're just going to have an all-around good time. So we'll talk with you later. I got Colin here. Colin, how do you feel about Andy Reid coming back here in Philadelphia?
I think it's all right. You know, it was a good coach when he was here, but it was his time to leave. I'm rooting for him, obviously, but not tonight. I hope the Eagles pull out and win, but you know, glad to see he's coming back to Philly, and I'll be cheering him on when he gets announced, but hoping that he loses tonight.
How do you feel about McNabb's number getting retired tonight?
I think that's a little premature, honestly. I don't think he's been out too long for that to happen. I think he was a great quarterback, but I think it's kind of a ploy to get him pushed in the Hall of Fame. You know, I think that's what he's going for. He's campaigning for that, so I think it's a little premature, honestly.
Okay, and one final question: who do you think is going to win tonight?
I think the Eagles are going to win, of course. You know, I think their defense or secondary is going to tighten up. I think Alex Smith's going to turn the ball over a lot tonight. He's looking good, but I think the Eagles defense can shut him down.
Can you give me a score?
I think it's going to be 24-17 Eagles.
All right, thank you, Colin.
All right, thanks.
I have Mike here. Mike, how do you feel about Andy Reid coming back in town?
All I want to say is I go back to the way I felt before he got here, where every season, if we were 8-8, it was a good thing. And all those, 2 playoff appearances in like 10 years? So, of course he's one of the greatest coaches in Eagles history. I'm going to cheer him.
How about McNabb's number getting retired today?
I'm going to cheer him too. Seriously, you know, I was a Randall Cunningham fan, and he certainly wasn't as good as Donovan McNabb. You know, the limitations of the offense sometimes put a lot of undue pressure on his game, and but he still produced. He just didn't win the big one. If he won the big one, you wouldn't even ask that question.
And who do you think is going to win the game today?
The Eagles.
Score?
35-32.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us, Mike.
You got it.
I'm here with Dave Dock, and I'm about to ask him some questions. Dave, what do you think about Andy Reid coming back to Philadelphia?
You know, I think a lot of people have a little bit of a bad taste in there because he left on a sour note. He's got to remember, he's one of the winningest coaches, the winningest Eagles coach we've ever had. A lot of great wins, a lot of division titles, some NFC championships or NFC title games and championships. So I think he'll be well received.
How do you think McNabb will be received with his number getting retired?
Interesting. It could go either way. The Eagles, I've heard, they're being smart about it. They're having Bedoff do the intro, so you know he's going to get a great big round of applause. And then they're going to bring out offensive components. Westbrook, his tight end, some of the linemen, and then they're going to bring out McNabb. So they're almost guaranteed that he won't get booed. But again, with McNabb, just like Reid, he did a lot of great things here. I think a lot of people are sour in the fact that he didn't win the big one. But like Jaworski, I think time is going to tell. As long as he doesn't keep talking smack. So far, he's talking smack against Chip Kelly, and he says that an NFL team can't go 16 games with 90 plays per game, this, that, and the other thing. And it just makes me think, no, Donovan, you couldn't do that kind of thing. This is the new NFL. Hopefully, Chip Kelly will be able to do that and get his people in condition that they can do a 90-play game on offense.
And who do you think's going to win?
Who do I think's going to win? I think the Eagles are going to win. One thing's for sure, there's going to be a lot of points on the board, and that's really good because it's definitely going to be fun.
All right, thank you.
It's been a long time since the book of love. I can't find the kids with a life with no love. Yeah. Everything's back, everything's back, everything's back. Baby, where I come from. Ooh, yeah.
Wrap your head round these velvet world. Wrap your head crossed by Indians. Together we could make heavy clouds rain down the boulevard.
I'm here with Louie, and this is his 71st tailgate here at the Eagles. And Louie, What do you feel about Andy Reid's return back to Philly?
I'm a bit indifferent. I enjoyed while he was here, but he was never able to bring the big game home, so I'm kind of torn between cheering and booing.
Okay, and what do you think about Donovan McNabb's return and them retiring his number today?
Again, indifferent. I thought Donovan did a great job while he was here, but he too was not able to bring the big home game, so I'm not quite sure if I'll boo or cheer for him.
All right, and who do you think's going to win today?
Eagles.
What's the score?
33-26.
Give me the Eagles.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Eagles!